bit. I mean, not only am I going to beat him, I'm going to beat him under the specific rule sets that he has, that favor him. It's not a true fight. We're not fighting under no rules or mixed martial arts rules where the field opens up a lot more wider for me. That's confidence from my end. So I'm coming in and stepping into his world, and I am making it my own. Although it has been an illustrious career, fighting is on a fight-by-fight basis. None of my achievements or none of his achievements mean absolutely anything in there. It's two men entering a ring, and that's it. Past plays no part. So I do not care about his record or his achievements. Although I have respect for it, I do not care about it. And on fight night, there will be no respect in there.
What do you respect about him?
He's been, you know, I respect anyone that laces up the gloves or puts on MMA gloves and gets in and competes at any level, whether it's in a hall with 20 people or in a stadium with 1 million people. So if you get in and compete and you are from the same build as me and you shed the same blood, sweat and tears as me, you have my respect. But that's where it stops. At the end of the day, this is a ruthless business, and I must be ruthless in there, and I will be. So when it's all said and done, I will pick him up, I will shake his hand, and he wasn't. When I entered into the clinch, or I took another hook, or when he threw his right hand to put the frame, and I took his back, that's all energy on my behalf. That I'm at the putting energy into that. Whereas in a mixed martial arts bout, it's energy that's gonna. You've advanced position and you're in a better position now, and you can work. Like when I had his back there, if that was an MMA fight, I can stay on his back and continue to keep hitting him. But in a boxing fight, you put the work in to get the back, but the referee separates it and resets you again. So I'm like, there was somewhere in the middle of it, I was like, I'm using all this energy to get to his back, and I'm not landing that many blows that are worth it, but I'm using a lot of energy. And then that's it. He capitalized on it. He saw my energy dip, kept his hands up, dipped in low. And what can I say? Okay.
And then just on this, it seems like the praise that you're getting the most is your analysis. Post-fight, how you're able to take responsibility. Yep, he was the better guy tonight. That's no problem. We move on. You're doing it even now. Your mind is worrying. You're thinking of every shot, every combination, every clinch. Is this what's exciting you most about it? Just so much stuff to work with now?
I'm a student. I'll always study. I study every single situation. I think in sparring, it was always people backing off. And it was always distance fighting. And then the early rounds, you saw that he couldn't touch me. I don't lose the early rounds ever. It's just a moment where it's like I can't.
I'd like to see that. Conor, going back to the Mayweather fight, the stoppage, in your opinion, now you've watched it back, was it early? Would you prefer to have
Adelaide Bourd's husband? Adelaide Bourd's husband, Robert Bourd. That's all I'll say on that. Right. That's her husband. When we came face to face. And we went and we done the rules thing. When Floyd was here and I was here and the ref was here, he was always staring at me. And I'm looking at him staring at me, and I'm like, I could see in the peripheral of my vision that he was just looking at me and he wasn't looking at Floyd. I was almost going to say, he's fighting as well, mate. Give him the fucking, give him a rules meeting. You know what I mean? What's going on there? Every time we tied up, he literally wrestled me off him. So, I don't know, it is what it is. I knew I was not going to get a fair shake out there. I thought it was an early stoppage. How the fuck can you stop a fight when there was no knockdowns or nothing previous? The round before, I almost had him dropped. I hurt him to the body. I hurt him to the body the round before. So how the fuck can you, like round 10, then stop it like that when there's a first sign of a wobble? Nah, man, you've got to let these fights go on, so.
And you're used to UFC where they...
Floyd's got 3.
Yeah,
so Floyd's got the one that he got, and he got
tax problems. That's what he's got. Oh, no.
That's lying.
That's heavy shit. That is heavy shit.
It's hard to get out from underneath
Fucking
that.
right it is.
Get in and be grateful for it and enjoy the ride.
Have you been able to do that? It's so different. You've been pulled in so many different directions. Have you been able to step back and kind of analyze these last 2 years?
You know, I enjoy work. I enjoy it. I don't want to be nowhere else. That's what I was saying to my guy yesterday. I was listening to the first episode of Embedded where Jose has his kid and his...
To say he came in, he got his ass whooped, he got his ego badly dented, and that's it. I mean, we sent the footage of the knockdown, we sent the footage over, and I don't think they are refusing to show it, so he was flattened. What can I say? He got his ass whooped. But I like the guy. He's all right though. He's kind of like a lovable mouthpiece. Do you know what I mean? But he's all right. He was knocked down. He was flattened against the ropes. Multiple times the ropes kept him on his feet. We were worried about him. We thought the worst was after happening. You know what I mean? He was certainly badly concussed. As far as the images that got leaked, let me clear this. I didn't leak no images. The image I leaked and the image I released, the only image I released was the original one where my hands were behind my back, and that was in response to the comment where he said, he went on a big quote, and one of the comments in the quote was, "I will beat him with one hand tied behind my back." So I released one picture with me whooping his ass with both hands behind my back. And then he just got out of there and went running, and I don't know. I mean, I don't mind Paulie. He came in, he spoke a hell of a game previous, very disrespectful to the skill set, very disrespectful to the discipline. But no matter what a man says, if they show up and try to answer that and try their best, you've got to give respect, and that's what happened. He showed up, he tried his best. It didn't go his way, he got his ass whooped, he got his pride dented, and then he wanted a way out. What better way for a guy like him to exit under a load of questions and mysterious, you know what I mean? So, under a load of...
When you look at the possibility.
Come and get me. Come and get me.
Has it been sorted?
I thought it was just written around already.
Here's the camera. You're not forced in the camera. Yeah.
What's your reaction to the threats on your life? Stand back, I'll take that pass. Off the road. Off the road. Let the men pass.
Has it been sorted?
I thought it was just written around already.
Here's the camera. You're not forced in the camera. Yeah.
That's it. I hold no regrets. You know, if I'd done it again, what I would do differently is I'd have pressure fighters coming at me. Okay. In the camp, we had fighters in the Philly shell, similar to the style that he always fights, or fighters against the ropes, but never fighters. Well, we did have fighters coming forward, like with that style, the way he eventually went, but that was only in the early rounds. Early rounds, I'm eating guys alive there. It's when I get tired, that's when I need to bring in that fresh body who's going to sit on my chest and let shots fly. And if I'd done that alone would have made that the easiest fight of my life. Because make no mistake, Carl, up until like round 5, that was the easiest fight in my life. I could see everything he was throwing. I was cracking him easily. It was only when I started fading and he started leaning on me and started coming forward in that Mexican style that I started to fade. And that's it, so. That's what I would do differently. I'd have people come pressure me when I'm tired instead of early. So.
Well, you're always pushing the boundaries with the training and the techniques that you're using. You're at the UFC High Performance Center. You know, we saw you sort of running underwater on treadmills, doing all this crazy stuff. Is there anything from this training camp that you can take into your UFC training camps now, sort of new skills that you learn?
I built an incredible engine. Make no mistake about that. Although 30 minutes is, I went 25 minutes, I got into the best shape of my life. So I'm just going to keep going with it. And then also know that, like in this camp, it was like round 1 to 8 was the fight. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 was my friends, more people I'm comfortable with, just to get to the 12th round. Because I had to get to the 12th round in sparring comfortably and safely. And if I'd done it too early, I could have picked up an injury, lost out on the fight, lost out on the whole event, and hampered everything. So that was the goal. This time, I'd probably switch it around. I'd have round 1 to 8 heavy, real competitive, and then I just have a heavier opponent on me putting the pressure for the last 4 rounds, and I just have to survive in there. And I honestly, truly feel if I'd have done that, I would have been laughing in that fight. But look, you live and learn. That's what we say. You don't lose. You either win or you learn.
Yeah. And that saying has taken you well through your career so far. We have some water, please.
Nah, vodka and orange. Look that. I'm squeezed into this suit. I got this suit fitted about a couple of months ago, and I'm squeezing into it now.
Is this one of the McGregor Augusto?
Yeah, this
suits?
is an August McGregor line. It looks like the tartan for the Scots. You know what I mean? I was thinking about that. That's why I rocked this one.
Look, you may have bought a suit. Mayweather's put an 8-foot glass picture of you in his new 19 million home in Beverly Hills. Are you going to reciprocate?
I don't know. It's some house. It's some house. What I noticed from it, fair play to him, it's some porch. It's a $26 million Beverly Hills mansion. But I'm thinking, that house purchase, the tax bill off this fight, the tax bill off the previous bill,